Who's easy in the NFL? Cleveland?
Nobody. Any given Sunday.
They all got the same amount of money. They all get the same draft picks. They all got people that understand football making their picks. I mean, it's not like you're going to...
You used to think it was Arizona, it was the Jets, it was Carolina, then all of a sudden they made the playoffs.
Yeah. So, what's an easy...
Due to a fourth-place schedule.
The Dolphins, it's hard to find a softie. Welcome, Thomas Beer and
no Dino Candela.
The Candyman has vanished, but he'll be here.
He says he's on his way.
Welcome to GOATQuest, episode number 873. Chicken nachos delivered here, goat style, at the Goat Tavern, which
goat nachos,
aka
goat steaks,
the Downtown Pourhouse. We're going to at some point order some goat foods. But
owned by Mr. Sullivan.
Yeah, and who is also the proprietor of ATS Advisors, the people behind the numbers. That's where you go for all your financial needs, right?
Yes.
Tax, accounting, you name it, they do it. But if you're looking at wealth management and you need a little bit of wealth management, who do you go to?
John P. Long.
You go to John P. Long, and Patrick Financial will help you out. They will be sure to manage your money. They will get your money right. Taking care of all of our sponsors. It's now time to crack-a-lacka.
Waterloo. This is what we're doing
on
tonight.
With the show. It's the first time I've done the show in stand-up mode. What do you think so far?
Looks
good. The energy top notch? Is it top shelf?
Well, I mean, you've been doing it for about 30 seconds, so
I'll
give you
the jury's out.
Yeah, jury's out.
Is that the question?
I like it.
So we're in the outdoor goat pen. We've got some, caution goats partying. Obviously, we've got our GOATQuest stuff out here. We're surrounded by goats,
and we've got beautiful weather. That's why
beautiful weather. But the reason why it's so appropriate to be out here in the goat pen is because tonight is Goat of Goats night. We are talking in our final debate tonight, after we get through the rigor of Detroit sports and current events, about who is the greatest athlete of all time. Who are the goats of goats? Now, of course, everybody wants to go across different sports.
Sure.
Think about but if you really had to bake it down, like we've talked about with the Al-GOATrithm.
Yes.
Who made the greatest impact? Who has the greatest statistical relevance? Who's the greatest championship?
Who changed the game?
Who changed the game?
Yeah, that's a big one.
GOATQuest feature sponsorship, this time brought to you by Faro Imaging in Livonia, Michigan. Faro Imaging is your first and last stop for printing projects of any size. We bring your ideas to life in big, colorful ways and always make you and your message the top priority. Come to Faro Imaging and get the best customer service at the best price. The Candyman is amongst us. We are now moving on to the Detroit Lions. And as I just noted, August 2nd in Allen Park, which Tom Beer gets one allocated ticket to attend.
Yeah.
No more, no less.
They don't
one
give me
ticket
two,
to attend.
Give me three.
We're kicking off training camp. So, Dino, your first question on the 895th episode of GOATQuest is, what are you most worried about with this Motown Pussycats lineup?
Whoa.
Wow.
Why? Motown Pussycats? Because
I say that with affection.
Oh. So, geez Louise, I always worry, boy, you don't mess around.
We're going right into
the... sat down and boom.
We're going right into the mix.
Yeah, D-line, O-line. So,
more than the defensive backfield? With Terry and Arnold in handcuffs and a jumpsuit somewhere picking up trash on the freeway?
I wasn't a big fan anyway. That big of a fan. I mean, he was a first-round pick, but...
Cooper DeJean. I've said it 100 times. That should have been that pick. But
What isn't Cooper the kid though? He was like a nobody in college. Like
He was great at Iowa. He was a
who's the
freak.
guy that? Oh, who's the guy that walked on and made it to the NFL? Sorry. Okay. No. So the whole defense concerns me, but especially the D line and the defensive backs. I always look at the D line because that's where your defense starts, right? And they got decent defensive ends, obviously.
You got to put a ticking clock on the quarterback. That's what your D line does.
Yes, and you got to squeeze them from the inside out or the outside in. And if you don't have, if you're delinquent in either spot, up the middle,
you're always making up for somebody.
You're always making up, and that's why you start blitzing. And when you blitz, it's a gamble, right? Blitzing is gambling, and
highest paid players are the quarterback and the person who puts the quarterback on the ground.
Yeah, defensive tackle is the second highest paid position in the NFL.
Defensive end.
Yeah,
defensive end.
The rush end, the edge.
What's your take on the defensive end that we got in the second round? From Michigan. You saw more Michigan games than
Derek
I saw.
Moore.
We all watched.
Derek Moore
is the University of Michigan
captain.
steal that they got. There's a lot of folks who thought he was going to go in the first round.
There's a steal too.
Well, that's a fourth round steal, but yes. So I'll give you my take, and then I'll let you.
Yeah,
let you debate my take.
Lay it on me.
My take is this: defensive backfield scares the daylights out of me. Okay, right now it's DJ Reed, Roger McCreary, who they got from the Rams. That'll be Terry and Arnold, or Rock Yassin will replace Terry and Arnold. Branch and Joseph, who are recovering, right? Great safeties, but haven't been 100% healthy.
I saw some bad news on Joseph the other day.
What was that? Didn't look good?
No. That he's what's it called when you can't play? The term that the NFL uses.
Injured reserve.
Or something like that came out that essentially he's not going to be in camp.
In the beginning.
But I think we knew.
So Kirby is not going to report to opening day of camp.
I thought that's what
That's already a little scary.
Yeah.
Right,
okay.
But the NFL preseason's too long anyways, so.
Well, we drafted Keith Abney in the 5th round from Arizona State. You know who he reminds me of? Have you seen the highlights on Abney when he was at ASU?
Yeah.
He reminds me of Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
For those of the audience, Tony Hawk was a defensive back, a corner at Wayne State, who Tom and I both played with.
I think he played for 9 years.
Oh, yeah. He was a shutdown corner.
5'6".
Really, I mean, if he wasn't undersized, probably could have played anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speed, agility, ball hawk, instincts.
Funny towel.
Good leader.
The hit on Ferris under the chin sent that kid to the hospital for 2 days. That was the best hit I ever
Wasn't
seen.
afraid to stick and wrap, put his nose in anywhere. Great football player. That's who Abney reminds me of. You mentioned Derek Moore.
Yeah.
The linebacker is Rolder.
Yeah.
The other University of Michigan, who we got in the 4th round. I've said this also, but I'm going to repeat it. If Rolder starts in place of Anzalone, then it's an A+ draft. If that kid actually, I mean, because we know Miller's going to be a start every day offensive lineman in Jared Goff's front 5.
Stuff that I've read is he's been great, very agile, quick, powerful. You know, what is he, 6'2", 240, which is about as big as the linebackers are nowadays. There's no 250. Oh, well.
You got to be able to run. You got to be able to cover somebody.
50. But yeah, you got to be able to run. There's very few.
The Ray Lewis's days are probably over.
Yeah.
But Ray Lewis was a freak, so we'll get to Ray Lewis and the GOAT of goats. I mean, I'm sure that'll be thrown in there.
Stabbing Ray Lewis. Brian Branch scares me. He's my favorite Lion.
I know.
He's my favorite Lion, and if he's not back, I'm very concerned.
But guys that hit like that with their head,
they don't last long.
But
it's an Achilles, right?
Yeah. It's football, but you know, when you're taking people's heads off when they're coming across the middle and I don't know.
Then you got QB2. Okay, so the backup quarterback might have to win you a couple games in a season, right? This is a league where there's ferocious contact and your next injury is right around the corner. Right now it's a battle between Teddy Bridgewater, who we know what we've got there, and the young kid, the kid from Illinois who comes in as a free agent, Luke Altmaier.
Yeah.
I like Altmaier. I really liked him in college. I thought he was a pro quarterback in college. I know he's undersized and doesn't have the perfect arm, but neither did Joe Montana. So, you
never know. Yeah, I mean, it's
so
different. You never know about it. Yeah, that's the hard thing.
Tom Brady, timed him on a calendar. I mean, they used a sundial, but how many Super Bowls that guy win? So
We will have some TB12 talk before this is all said and done. I'm sure we will.
Yes.
And what are you most? So I asked you what you were most fearful of. Now, in your Motor City Monsters, what are you most positive and bullish on with this Lions
the
team?
easy schedule, man. Easy schedule. God, they should win 12. 12's the magic number now.
What are they, fourth? It's the fourth easiest schedule.
It is a schedule that you could not, being in the division we're in, because naturally we play a tough schedule because of the teams in our division all being
and you got
very strong.
To Chicago, to Green Bay,
Yeah,
to Minnesota.
Okay, but you know, I had this argument yesterday. Who's easy in the NFL? Cleveland?
Nobody. Any given Sunday.
They all got the same amount of money. They all get the same draft picks. They all got people that understand football making their picks. I mean, it's not like you're going to...
You used to think it was Arizona, it was the Jets, it was Carolina, then they all of a sudden they made the playoffs.
Yeah. So, what's an easy
due to a fourth place schedule?
The Dolphins, it's hard to find a softie.
That's exactly how the NFL wants.
Yeah, and any given Sunday, anybody can beat anybody, and that's the beauty.
But here's where I think you're right. It isn't just the weakness of the schedule as far as power rankings were and the records from the teams had last year. It's the way the schedule is situated, the days. When we have a Monday, we don't play on a short week. It's a bye week after a Monday. When we have a Thursday night game, it's against a team that has to come to our place on the short week.
That's a really good point.
It's the way the home games and the long weeks and the short weeks.
That's a great point.
It all just lines up so nicely for the Lions this year. They will have no excuses if they don't win 11 or 12.
Yeah, that's a great point. A really good point because and I've always hated that. Like when you play, like come off the short week and then that's when your bye. I know that's when your bye should be, or you should be at home. Yeah. No, that's a great point. The schedule sets up well. I don't know, boys. 12's a magic number now with 17 game schedule. Used to be 10 games almost automatically gets you into playoffs, but you get to 12, you're kind of in an elite class. It's gold standard in the NFL. 12 wins is, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Who has the breakout season? Who is going to shine? And we didn't expect it. I mean, obviously Gibbs and Goff, you expect them to be excellent.
And our passing game's going to be excellent. There's no
St.
Brown. Nobody can cover them.
Anybody who is a sleeper who you think could really break out this year?
Ooh. Gosh, what do you think? So
I'm thinking it's got to be like Tyler. God, I'd love to see.
I'd say Campbell
Williams.
Yeah, I'd say Campbell. Campbell kind of broke out last year, didn't he?
Oh, Campbell did.
Yeah, he broke out.
If he goes first, if he goes first team all NFL, then it's another breakout season.
We need somebody like I mean, he's not even somebody that we're not counting on. Tyleek. I mean,
Tyleek is one that
you
first
round pick about Gibbs. Those fast twitch guys don't last.
Last year, Williams didn't do anything. Anything.
Yeah,
maybe he was hurt a little bit. Who knows? But that's the big one. I think that could be a game changer.
So, reset for 1 second. Has Golf been injured in the last few years?
Not really.
No.
So
nothing of consequence.
So if he stays healthy, So Gibbs scares me only because he's so small and those fast twitch guys don't have long shelf life in the NFL. But man, is he dynamic. So the breakout guy, I was going to say Campbell, but he broke out last year, in my opinion.
I think it's going to be J-Mo taking it to an even another gear.
You think so?
Yeah. I think that St. Brown is going to suck up St. Brown and Laporta are going to suck up everything underneath, and it's going to keep giving J-Mo opportunities to stretch the field.
The sad thing is, though, you can't lose Laporta. He's such an important part for a defense to cover.
I don't think they're
double cover him.
They'll be all right.
When he's getting double covered, people are open.
They'll find a contract for Laporta, and Isaac Tesla. I mean, I think is going to be a much stronger contributor week in and week out than he was last year.
Great story. He's the story of the
Hillsdale.
We played football all of our life, right?
He's their Tom Beer.
He is.
Oh, stop.
He is the Lions' Tom Beer.
We played football all of our life. What's it like when you lose a captain? Or what's it like when you lose one of your starting players, especially where we played? You're in trouble.
Look at the Tigers.
Look at yeah.
I mean, we just talked about them.
Yeah, right? Even in the NFL,
can't lose.
Second string guys are not as good as the starters. Not even close.
Patrick Financial game break here is the news that you and I kind of called out. We kind of put this out there. I did the comparison with the Dallas Stars lineup and the Minnesota Wild lineup, and I made the case to you that, look, the Red Wings are a decade away. This thing is getting farther and farther away from being competitive, and they went ahead and they made a move, didn't they?
Yeah.
What did you feel when you woke up and saw that Steve Yzerman was shown the door and that the Yzer plan was stamped, not outlined, stamped a failure?
The Yzer plan was no more. Absolutely shocking.
I got to give a shout out to my buddy, Mark Craig. He's the head of pro scouting for the Carolina Hurricanes.
Oh, Stanley Cup champion.
Hold on. And his name is on the cup.
Whoa!
Really?
So yeah, Mark's
That's
getting
pretty
around
cool.
70 years old. He's getting a little later in life, and that was really cool. And I played golf with him. We were talking about how cool it is for his kid, his grandkids and great grandkids.
Well, that's amazing because, there was a big controversy about that Stanley Cup. Did you read about it?
Well,
The owner
yeah.
put his wife and his young kids that have nothing to do with the team on the cup. And a lot of people were offended by that in NHL circles.
Well, rumor was it was a little bit of a fight, but the people, other people that count other than the owner, requested that Mark's name was on the cup. So it turned out to be a good thing.
Very nice. That's a hell of an honor.
That's
to be
weird though
honest.
with the kids.
On the most important trophy.
Local guy out of Farmington, too.
The most important trophy in pro sports. The
Best
Stanley
trophy.
Cup, the best
Coolest trophy for sure.
And let's face it, you've watched the NHL playoffs.
Yeah.
All the series are 7 games. It's the hardest trophy to win.
Oh, I just
The
love
grind,
the intensity,
the grind
the
of the
change.
NHL playoffs, it is the hardest trophy
Yeah.
to win.
Yeah, the playoffs are in the intensity just skyrockets during the play. It's amazing. Yeah, you nailed it though. The Yzer plan was the Yzer no more. So I would have loved to have been in that building when that shook out.
If you look in the Red Wings on the website, they've got like 5 assistant GMs.
Oh, yeah, and
It's like
it's like Succession.
you do. They're like
Are they all backstabbing each other? And,
No.
yeah, he was great until he had that cocaine problem.
no. You got Draper. You've got I don't know who else.
It's like going to the reading of the family will.
Exactly.
They're just all killing.
Did you see so and so? He was getting in a fight with the dry cleaning guy yesterday. You see these guys just dropping rumor bombs into the mix to try to
he was-
sabotage each
the
other.
Zamboni train? Oh wait, that was Al. Never mind.
Who is going to win the succession battle to be the next?
No clue. No clue.
Actually, who's the guy from Sweden? What's his name?
I'm hearing Jim Nils, right-hand man for Dallas, is in the mix. Obviously, Draper's name is in the mix. Our Nick Lidstrom's name is popping up.
Who's going to turn on a GM job for the Red Wings? Are you kidding me?
When you're a national hero in Sweden, and you probably have a. I mean, I can see
Yeah, but-
I can see somebody turning that
I'm
down.
going to be in a GM.
They don't have-
How often do you see Yzerman talk? Once a month?
Yeah, that's true.
less than Biden.
You're gonna hear him a lot less.
Yeah.
Less than Joe Biden.
But
And does Lidstrom have a street named after him in Sweden? He's got one in
he
Nova.
does have one in Novi.
I mean, it's only 10 feet long, but it's got his name on it.
They did make some moves. Okay, so your Detroit Red Wings picked up Victor Arvidsson, 2-year deal. They got Carter Mazer and Keegan Colasar from the Golden Knights. He's got a little Stanley Cup lineage behind him. They picked up a goalie and a defenseman, Bryson and Tarasov.
Who's making those decisions?
It's a good question. But I mean, when I look at it again,
Okay.
Mazer, Colasar, Arvidsson. They lost Patrick Kane. He went back to the Chicago Blackhawks.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we got
They're
more.
going to lose Dylan Larkin, their captain,
yeah.
unless some blue moon rises above our heads that we haven't seen.
Come back
before.
to that in a second. I got a thought on that.
So it's not enough. Am I right? Am I right that if Larkin goes, we got worse again?
Oh,
Well,
no question.
Larkin to me is not a first. Awesome in the Olympics. Everything he's
Not a
done,
first line
World Cup, not a first
I
line
would agree.
centerman. Kane, we got more than enough miles out of Kane. We all thought 1 year out of Patrick Kane. We got more than enough retread out of him. So, I mean, God bless him. I'll give him the biggest kiss. I mean, he did fantastic, right? But going back to the Larkin thing, could he come back now that Yzerman's gone? Was that
Yeah.
part
maybe
of
that was part of it.
was that part of it? Said
You would hope.
behind closed doors, Stevie comes in. One scenario, he walks in and says him or me.
And you guys know, when you're in an organization, college, high school, whatever, there's certain coaches that may not like you. And there's certain coaches that love you. You never know. You know, and Eiserman might just not. I have no idea.
All the coaches at Wayne State loved me because they didn't have to pay me. I got not one penny, so of course they love me. Free player.
You had to pay.
Yeah, I had to pay. Yeah, sorry.
We all had to pay.
Much like Dino's career that he's describing,
Scholarship free.
The Red Wings need a team to complete a well thought of team to woefully underperform before the break this year so that we can get our hands on a first line center. Am I right?
Oh God, but I hate that theory of I hate that theory of play so you can draft some. I mean, you got to compete, right? I hate to not see guys compete.
No, I know what you're saying about compete, but I'm talking about another team, not the
Oh,
Red
okay.
Wings. We need another team
To woefully
that has a first line center
to woefully
underperform, have problems financially, and have to dump a big asset.
Yeah,
This happens once in a while, right? Where a team
Shanahan
is terribly underperforming and has to give up a big asset to get a bunch of other things.
I think that's a big ask.
It is big ask.
But it happens once in a while.
Especially in the middle of, almost into August.
It happens
They
once.
go to training camp.
No, I'm talking about during the season.
Yeah.
I got it.
January, February, March. Somebody that was projected to go deep into playoffs.
We're gonna fire up goat food.
Okay, let's fire up.
This will be our first on the air order of goat foods at the Downtown Pourhouse.
And we're gonna get served by Captain Caveman.
It's Ethan.
Yes, sir.
Of course.
Oh, what a great name.
Yeah, come on
up. So Ethan is going to roll in here, kind of side saddle the Candyman.
Get right in the camera.
I'm going to get. I want to get a healthy goat.
Okay.
And by healthy goat, I mean a hamburger,
Yeah,
medium.
for sure.
But all I want on it is the veggies, the bun, little ketchup, mustard.
Okay, not a problem.
Okay.
Oh, you.
Do a Bud Light
All right,
and a cheeseburger. Lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise.
for sure.
Okay.
How would you like that?
Goat burger.
Medium. Oh, give me the goat burger.
Yeah.
For sure.
But,
me the goat.
get exactly what he said, but it's the goat burger.
All right, cool. Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
Make it three.
Make it three of them.
Look
Yeah,
at
we're
it's
gonna eat on
goats.
air. We're gonna eat live on air.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Big thanks for this feature sponsorship to James Sullivan and his ATS advisors. They're a CPA firm serving the people behind the numbers. First on the air order. It's big time.
It's for everything. It's
Well,
only taken us 3
that was an
years.
ATS advisors on the air order. Let people behind the number. All right.
Okay.
So the Wings, we believe, have taken a big step backwards. Loose.
I don't think there's any way out.
No.
10 years before we see anything.
But I like what Eiserman did. When his agent called, he said, "I'm not talking to the agent." He goes, "He can show up here at camp. He's under contract. We're paying him. He should."
Oh, for the Dylan Larkin
for the
response.
Dylan Larkin,
Okay.
yeah,
So you like the Dylan Larkin response that Eiserman did before he left.
correct.
Okay.
I think that's his only play. What else are you
And
gonna do?
and can we make one final statement on this? Steve Eiserman is still a top 3 Detroit Red Wing of all time.
Absolutely.
Right? There's a
Absolutely.
lot. I mean, this should not blight
No.
his fantastic contributions.
Tampa Bay won a Stanley Cup. That's why he got the job back there.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Don't.
It doesn't always work out. The game did seem to pass him by a little bit. Some of his old school European flavors of drafting people did not pan out the way he hoped.
Yes.
He did not find a Nikita Kucherov in the 4th round the way he did in Tampa.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
No. Well said. Yeah. It just didn't pan out. It was weird, but it went on too long. 8 years is too long.
And that's always the problem with hiring a local hero. So the Pistons, we're going to be brief with the Pistons. Durin, as you and I debated,
Yeah.
not getting the Supermax. They're in an August debate that's going to go well into the season here, or well into the preseason. But they are debating what his contract is going to look like. They're unwilling to go Supermax, which I think we all agree. He didn't have a Supermax type performance, especially in the playoffs. But some nice things are happening.
What a good.
Did you watch the Summer League? Did you see any of the Pistons Summer League? Did you see Chaz Lanier
I saw
I saw the
lighting up the Vegas Summer League.
Yeah, but that's summer league. It's kind of like
Hey, he's shooting 3-pointers left and right.
Lendamore.
He's got a quick trigger. And they went out and got Isaiah Joe from OKC, John Collins from the Clippers to replace Tobias Harris, who left for the Spurs. We lost Karis LeVert. He went to the Bucks. In that deal, we got Taurean Prince, kind of a journeyman, and Harris from MSU, the Gary Harris, the former guard from Michigan State. We sent Isaiah Stewart packing for financial reasons. He went to the Grizz. I really liked Isaiah Stewart. But all in all, John Collins replaces Tobias Harris. Isaiah Joe gives us that shooting touch that we wanted. We did re-sign Kevin Huerter, and now we've drafted Ibuka Okozie. Is that right?
I can't say it.
Okozie,
Ibuka Okozie.
Okozie,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Stanford. Leading scorer in the ACC. Nice player. I watched him in the Summer League, too.
We did Stanford, leading scorer in the ACC. Did you hear what
Yeah, I
you
know.
just said?
That's how bizarre our lives have become, that the
Yep.
Stanford Cardinal is now
In
in
the
the
East.
Atlantic Coast Conference.
So you get rid of Isaiah Stewart and you're Jalen Duren's agent. You're smiling.
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't think he's even going to get the rookie max. I think they're going to settle somewhere.
Why do you think that? Rookie max. Why wouldn't you get
There's a rookie max exception in there. I don't know exactly what it caps out at, but I think they'll try to find something maybe just underneath that.
Okay.
He's so young.
Yeah.
You got a high ceiling for him and a long time for him to mature. 22, 23 years old. You got to give that kid a chance to play another couple years here.
When you watch that film though of the playoffs, he
He disappeared.
was a little lackadaisical to say the least.
Yeah.
He disappeared and
It was hard to
hustling
watch.
And yeah, it was
It
hard.
was
to
hard.
watch.
It was hard to watch.
Was it? Before we go into the GOAT of GOATs debate, I want to touch on Michigan and Michigan State as they get ready for their camp. Which of these programs is going to take the biggest step forward
Has to be
from last season?
It has to be Michigan
Fitz
State.
is a great
Good
hire.
question, right?
Great hire.
Did you see his initial interview? that he
Fitzgerald?
gave? Fitzgerald. It's right out of Van Gorder.
Really?
Oh, he's just old school.
When you got a
He's
linebacker as a head coach, yeah, I know. What a great hire. He's the perfect hire for that university.
Yeah.
Perfect hire.
I like Milivojevic, the quarterback. I like the kid they picked up from UConn, the transfer Cam Edwards at running back. I know they got some pieces,
They got some pieces.
but I'm going to give you a bummer for Michigan State.
Give me a bummer.
September 4th, they open with Toledo, and Toledo's no joke. He could get his ass shocked by a MAC team in his opening game.
Ass shocker.
What do you think?
Like App State.
Sparty always seems to lose a MAC game.
Well, let me tee it up.
Once a decade, they lose a MAC game.
Well, let me tee this one up for you on September 4th. Mike Jacobs took over Toledo. Okay, so Mike Jacobs was an Ohio State offensive lineman, but in his coaching career now, he's not a young spring chicken. He's been working his way up through the lower divisions of football. Mike Jacobs has been coach of the year at all three stops in his progression from D2 to 1AA to FCS.
So he's a mini sig.
It's exactly what they're thinking. This is a Signetti. This is a Signetti. In his last stop at Mercer, he was coach of the year and won 2 years in a row. Okay, so his last 2 years, he has brought in 36 players from the portal, including the FCS Defensive Player of the Year, who he just coached, Zach from Mercer. He's from Maumee, Ohio, so he was born right around the corner from the University of Toledo. And this team was already picked third before they hired him. So I'm a little worried for Mr. Fitzgerald and the Spartans on day one.
Day one's tough too. They don't get a chance to see what they're made of, right? They scrimmage each other, and by the end of camp, you're so worn out from hitting each other. I mean, the NFL their preseason's too long. College is probably too short.
Do you imagine being on a team nowadays where you've got 30 to 40 new players? That's crazy.
We only had 30. We had 30 or 40 players.
And half of them are already friendly with the coach because they came from the school that he just came from.
And they're getting
You're behind the eight ball in your own university.
Yeah. And they're getting paid. Those guys all did, all the guys that came with them are getting paid. They got NIL money, I'm sure.
No.
What a different.
It is
It's
rough.
so different now.
But it isn't any easier at the University of Michigan right now
No.
because another tumultuous week has shown the door to Ward Manuel, the athletic director. He is going to be wrapping up his tenure with the University of Michigan. And we discussed this, right? I mean, we had long conversations about the Sharon Moore debacle. Now, he was able to weather the Jim Harbaugh recruiting scandal during COVID, the Connor Stalions sign stealing scandal, which should have never been a scandal in the first place.
No.
Right?
They all do it.
Anybody
all
can
do it. We did
fr-
it.
from the
We did it better.
from the second row of the stadium, anybody with a smartphone can steal the other sideline sign.
I was in the NFL. We had a couple coaches that their only job during the season was to watch film all day and all night and get little tricks for us when it was a run, when it was a pass, when they were going to run a certain play, a certain formation, which obviously everybody does that.
Who were Wayne Fonse's best spies in the NFL?
The best? His brother was pretty good.
Yeah.
He was a DB coach.
Another Fontes family member.
Fontes. Yeah, John Fontes.
Skip, wasn't there? How many Fontezes were there?
There was only one. And it was a tough job. He was coaching DBs, and DBs didn't like him too much.
No.
No.
Benny Blades didn't appreciate and respect his defensive back skills.
A nice,
Some
solid,
screaming
not a
matches.
good Christian boy from Miami University didn't like.
But Don Clemens did a lot of that. He was with the Lions for probably 25 years, and now he coaches over in New York.
So you don't mind the sign stealing? I get
no,
that.
no.
But
you're stupid enough to get your sign stealed, then you're.
Ward Emanuel had more problems than that. Matt Weiss, the offensive coordinator in 23, fired for hacking the system to find photos of females. Shemi Schembeckler fired for operating a vehicle intoxicated and social media issues. Mel Pearson, the hockey coach, dismissed for creating a toxic work environment. Lies about COVID forms where he told players they had to sign the forms. He hired this Rhonda Fain, who was one of Larry Nassar's go-tos at the USA Gymnastics program. I mean, Ward had some problems, but I think Sharon Moore was still the dagger.
Oh, he was the biggest tumor of all those cancers. He was.
I didn't even mention Juwan Howard slapping Wisconsin's assistant coach in the handshake
The whole,
line.
was Ward the AD when
Yes.
that happened?
He was AD through all of that. He weathered those storms because he won 2 national championships.
That's right.
Look at the world we live in. All that stuff that we just talked about 30 years ago, everybody got away with.
Sure.
Right? Everybody got away with it.
Yeah.
Right? Stealing signs?
Yeah.
How would you even ever know? You wouldn't even know that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Just
Look at that. Look at that on camera. Look at that goat burger. Downtown Pourhouse. Eat your heart out, America. The reason I bring this up again is because we put the boots to Sparty pretty good during the Mel Tucker scandal. And by the way,
it's all very deserving.
just to rehash Mel Tucker for 1 second, he did all of those things, remember, to the compliance officer that he
That's part of the
I
story.
mean, it's hard to imagine. It's as remember the scene in True Romance with Christopher Walken and Dennis Hopper when Christopher Walken's almost laughing when he tells him how they figured out that it was his son, and Dennis Hopper's sitting in the chair and Walken's like, your son, dumbass that he is, left his driver's license in the dead guy's hand. That is what Mel Tucker did at Michigan State. He left his driver's license in the dead guy's hand.
In the compliance officers
Something.
Yeah. Your
It's a family show. It's a family
Your
show.
father walked around with this uncomfortable hunk of metal
How does that?
in it. Wow. No, Michigan State definitely got everything they deserve with the Mel Tucker thing, and Michigan's going to get everything they deserve with the Sharon Moore and the Ward Emanuel scandal. But the thing about the Ward Emanuel thing that cracks me up, they wanted him. He came from UConn, right? They wanted him so bad.
I can't remember where.
And they bring him, and as soon as he got there, he was just
It was the Wild West for a minute,
it was
Oh,
a Wild West.
but they won.
They
did
won.
win.
hmm
They did win. Now we'll pay the
So
price.
they acted like Ohio State for a few years, and people wanted to look down on them for being just like Ohio State.
So let's round out Michigan. We're going to round it out with Western Michigan, who's picked number 1 coming in.
Love
the
it.
MAC. 10
Love
and
it.
4 championship season last season. They come back in, pick number 1 again. Lance Taylor, the coach at Western. He's got Brock Lowry and Jalen Buckley coming back, quarterback, running back tandem. Javarius Sims, arguably the best defensive player in the MAC, comes back at corner. And Nadame Tucker, the tight end who had 14 and a half sacks last year. So Western Michigan comes back loaded. We already talked about Toledo. Toledo's going to be great. Eastern Michigan brings back the leading passer in the MAC and Noah Kim. Get over to Ypsilanti and see a game if you get a chance. Top flight college football coming to town. The Western Eastern game and Toledo, they get them both.
Ooh.
Ferris State, your Division II national champion in like 4 out of the last 8 years. Anise has got the machine rolling again.
They say this quarterback they got
Yeah.
is better than
Bauer.
Shambles.
Yeah, so Bauer was the freshman phenom last year. Now they did lose. They run that weird wildcat near the end zone where they have the running quarterback come in. Golker was that kid's name. Golker left and went to Michigan State, I believe. So Golker won't be running that wildcat. Michigan State's going to kind of use him in a different way.
Okay.
But they got the Gunsel kid from Ludington. So I know Ludington High School doesn't play the greatest brand.
I was just in Ludington
Right.
this weekend.
It isn't the greatest football conference in the state of Michigan, but I want you to hear what this kid did at Ludington High. 5,778 passing yards, 3,140 rushing yards.
Are you kidding
This
me?
son of a bitch went 9,000 yards in his career of total production at Ludington High School, and he's like 6'3", 215 pounds. This isn't a little tyke who is running around playing wing T football in the Upper Peninsula. So not only did Anise get him, but he also got Marcel Jones, a 6'3", 200-pound quarterback out of Glendale, Arizona. This is what's happened to Ferris State now. When you have Trinidad Chambliss, who goes to Ole Miss and fights for a playoff spot in the BCS,
Sets a precedence.
and all of a sudden people are talking about Ferris State as a
Yeah.
feeder program,
Yeah.
you can start recruiting kids from Glendale, Arizona. He picked up a couple kids from Georgia. So all of a sudden Ferris State is recruiting nationally football players. That's a different world.
Yep.
And he's putting the hardware. I was just up there with my son. He's putting the hardware in the trophy cabinets every single year. The team that he's fighting against, coached by our buddy Scott Wooster, former Wayne State football player,
Yeah.
is Grand Valley State. First time in our lifetime that Grand Valley State is looking up, a long way up in D2 at the GLIAC
They used to get
competition.
all the players. Yeah.
They got everybody.
Yeah.
Right? Brian Kelly started at Ferris State before his career led him to Notre Dame and LSU. Now Scott Wooster has got a 29-7 record in 3 seasons. So stop. 29-7 in 3 seasons. Wayne State, the school that he's an alum of, barely interviewed him for the head coaching spot when they handed it to Tyrone Wheatley, who had 5 wins in his career of coaching,
And
and
who was-
last year didn't win a single football game
Yeah.
before he resigned in disgrace.
In disgrace. Disgracefully resigned in disgrace. The way he handled it. And Wooster was just to check the box, too. So it wasn't really
He
even
felt-
an interview.
He felt like he barely got interviewed.
Yeah.
Barely got interviewed. That was what he felt like he was just there.
They interviewed him so they could tell all of us alumni that they interviewed him.
Yeah.
That's
He's 29-7, couple of playoff runs, right? But
Yeah.
Wayne
Well-
State alum.
And he's a great guy. He made the right decision.
Great guy.
yeah, he did. He's got Andrew Schuster coming back, kid from Chippewa Valley. You know, Chippewa Valley can play some football. That's Merchant from Brother Rice.
They always
coaching Chippewa Valley out there. So, you got a good player there, and he's got Kellen Reed at wide receiver. Schuster to Reed is going to be a nice combination.
Who's going to be
in Division II?
Who's going to be Michigan's quarterback? I know it's going to be Underwood.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Who else?
until the wheels come off.
Yeah. Who you got?
No, nobody else.
Nothing?
Nobody. Oh, where's Carr? Oh, wait.
Yeah, you went to Notre Dame.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. So
Wow.
that wraps up our college football piece of this. We gave you a little preview. We didn't talk very much about the Michigan Wolverines. There isn't a whole lot to say. We gave you a little bit of the scandal. Obviously,
Are you
the
going to
Wolverines.
predict? You going to predict records, or that's another show?
That's another show. That's
Okay.
next month, August.
Ooh.
August
I might.
is football preview, right? September. We are 48 days, like 48 days, 5 hours and 43 minutes away from the opening night. You know, the opening night of the NFL season this year is like September 8th or 9th, and it's the replay of the Super Bowl. Seattle and New England go at it again on a Wednesday night.
Really?
A Wednesday
Is
night
it on Amazon?
to start the season. I have no idea.
Is that because the college kickoff is going to be a Friday night or a Thursday night?
I have no idea why the NFL has decided this, but fantasy football drafts everywhere are wild about it because that'll be the kickoff night for damn near every draft in the country.
Oh.
Okay, so we're on to the debate. Welcome to GOATQuest. GOATQuest is brought to you by Patrick Financial Group. John Pelon and Patrick Financial Group will take care of you. Financial planning with understanding. That's their motto. And remember, GOATQuest is brought to you by PFG, Patrick Financial Group. Who is the greatest athlete of all time? The GOAT of GOATs across the spectrum, the pantheon.
So let's go through some of the qualifications that we talked about on a previous podcast.
This burger's the GOAT.
Right? This burger is the GOAT.
You go.
Really good.
You go.
Change the game. Somebody that came in and changed the game, like Michael Jordan or Tiger Woods, or just off the top of my head, or Larry Bird or Magic Johnson, or someone like that.
The generational
people-
players. Let's talk. Yeah,
made people play the game differently.
made them think about the sport differently.
Yeah.
So, I don't have too many comments on any of that because my goats are so locked in.
Well, then you got to comment on your locked in.
You've been investing in them for so long as you just can't go back. You can't budge. You can't be open-minded to statistical evidence.
No, I don't like. I got to lead with. I don't want to comment because I'm going to lead. I'm going to go right for the kill.
Go for the kill.
I'm going to go for the kill. I'm not even.
Can I tell you what the computer told us?
Yeah, tell me. Claude.
The computer-
What did Claude?
This one was Gemini.
There's a better AI than Claude. It's called Golf.
Well,
Download it.
we have the Al-GOATrithm, and the Al-GOATrithm that we do, that's trademark, verbal trademark right here, TM registered. The Al-GOATrithm, we get to put some subjective qualifiers into the end. Like Tom and I have talked about this. We have our 8 pillars, but we also have the subjective qualifier of impact on the game.
Okay.
Right? That's the subjective impact on the game.
Okay.
How did you change the game? But if you just went pure statistics and award level, Michael Phelps with 28 Olympic medals, 23 gold. No one even close.
Really good one, and that was spit out by, and it included your outside pillar, your 9th pillar, if you will, impacting the game. And he's a Michigan man.
True. I don't think he
And
attended class.
He has web.
He never had to swim for Michigan, right? Because he was always in international competition. So I don't think he ever swam for the university, but he trained at Michigan.
Like Michael Jordan. When I think of Michael Jordan and the calls that he used to get, he deserved them. But look where LeBron took that too.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting every call.
Mhm.
Without Michael Jordan, he probably wouldn't. You know what I mean? It started in the late 80s and 90s of him just getting every call. If he didn't make the shot, it was a foul. But a lot of times it was a foul. But at least he didn't fake it like he was a soccer player.
There will be a lot of debate about Jordan, right? Sam Washington and I have gone back and forth. Tom, you've heard the debate on Wilt Chamberlain versus Michael Jordan. There'll be a lot of people that put Michael Jordan up there, especially on the game-changing side of it. But if I stay with the Olympics just for a second, we talked about Michael Phelps. Insane records with these 28 medals and 23 gold. Usain Bolt, fastest man alive. He did it for 8 gold medals with the world record in the 100 and the 200. So there's undisputed fastest man alive. Then you've got Simone Biles, 30 plus world championship and Olympic medals combined. Jim Thorpe was the multi-sport Olympic gold medalist, pentathlon and decathlon, while he also played professional baseball, football, and basketball.
That's a
There-
tough one.
In his Olympic gold
It's
medal
gonna
with
be-
shoes he garbage picked.
It's going to be,
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
Another thing, if they only use your first name, you should be on the list. Pele.
Pele, of course.
Absolutely.
Pele, Messi, Ronaldo, those are going to be the three greatest soccer players in the global sport of football. Football.
The fool's
I'm not
ball.
kidding you, I watched a lot of that.
Did you really?
I did too. I loved it.
It's
I
kind of
enjoyed
like
it.
playoff hockey,
Yeah.
right? It meant something.
I learned a lot about the game of soccer.
too. The 90 minutes and then the extra time.
The extra time.
I
and
tried to
over
watch,
the
boys.
crossing passes and the set pieces, the corners and the free kicks. I learned a lot. I really struggled with soccer, watching it
Oh, me too.
Prior to
for a
that,
long time. The coverage has gotten better, and now that I have a little knowledge of the game, that makes it a little better.
When they do that for
It made
2
it much,
minutes?
much better. In basketball, we're going to have the Wilt Chamberlain, the Michael Jordan, the LeBron James conversations. But before we leave the Olympians, anybody for Alexander Karelin?
what?
Alexander Karelin.
I
No.
don't even know what you're talking about.
Who? Come on, you're making up names. now.
887-2 in Greco-Roman wrestling. He was undefeated for 13 years.
Really? This? Oh, this is the Russian dude.
This is the Russian dude.
I just saw something about him.
No one, listen to this. Listen to this Karelin statistic.
Better than Dan Gable.
Listen to this. This dude in wrestling, Northville's greatest JV wrestler of all
Best
time.
JV wrestler ever. Thank you.
He didn't give up a single point in 6 years. No one pointed him
That's impossible.
in 6 years.
That's impossible. No, nobody can
And I
score
want
a
Vision
point.
Quest to be Ray May. Can we get Loudon Swain?
There's only one Loudon.
Only one shoot.
Oh shoot!
Don't mess with Shoot. He's carrying
Do you think you're gonna make weight?
he's carrying lumber.
Be careful.
He's carrying lumber up the stadium.
Be careful,
Tennis, you got Serena Williams. I mean, we haven't talked about the women's side of it at all, but then you got Djokovic and Federer. We've had very little debate when it comes to tennis, but what Djokovic has done is pretty amazing. I mean, this guy's a machine who just keeps coming out time and time again.
Machine.
24 Grand Slam men's singles titles.
Serena Williams.
24. Serena Williams only has 23.
Really?
Yes. Djokovic now has
No,
24.
23.
The career Grand Slam. Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, Sugar Ray Robinson. What about the combat sports? George St. Pierre on the MMA side.
Boxing's
do they
high.
get into it?
High on my list because it's tough. It's so demanding.
I mean, is there anything?
Where do you put them?
Is there anything more demanding than MMA? Where you're going to get punched in the face and choked out? I mean,
No.
I mean,
They're
what's-
insane.
Can you believe we're even saying that?
They're
That we
insane.
include in our debate a sport where you get choked out.
get choked
Yeah.
out. Yeah, why standing up?
That's really not a sport, is it?
I know.
That's
And
like
remember the
that's common.
early seasons when they would wear their wrestling shoes and their karate outfits,
Yeah.
whatever they.
Yeah.
God, and the sports come so far.
It has.
There was no rules.
Let's mention a few of the multi-sport people. Because
Bring it.
before we get deep into this,
Spoiler alert.
before we hit the bend and start rounding for home, multi-sport. Bo Jackson.
Problem is, he doesn't have the stats to back it up.
No.
That's
Deion Sanders.
he does.
We talked Jim Thorpe. Maybe that one will come back
Definitely.
around.
Multiple sports.
Brian Jordan, 3 seasons as a DB for Atlanta, and then he was an all-star with the Atlanta Braves as an outfielder.
Okay.
George Halas, the great coach, was a New York Yankee before he played football. Ernie Nevers was another one who played football and baseball. There's a bunch. You'd be surprised. There's like 11 that played Major League Baseball and NBA basketball. Gene Conley is the only one of them that won the title in both. He won the title as a Celtic, and I believe he won a title as a Brave.
Wow.
I mean,
the multi-sport to me, it's important, but it's not as important as dominating your sport. Like even when Michael Jordan went and played baseball.
Yeah. You wouldn't put on this list, even though he did play 2 professional sports. Drew Henson from Brighton,
Correct.
right? Went to Michigan, played baseball for the Yankees and football for the Cowboys, but he was never a star in either one of them.
Sure.
Was able to win. Danny Ainge, the executive in the NBA,
Yeah.
played for the Toronto Blue Jays and played for the Boston Celtics, but was never the greatest.
It's impressive.
Yes.
But it's not a GOAT all-time greatest.
I got one for you, though, that sneaks under the radar. From the east side of Detroit, from over by Grosse Pointe, East Detroit, Dave DeBusschere, 2-time champion with the New York Knicks, Hall of Famer, Pistons and Knicks, where he had played most of his career. But he also played 2 seasons for the White Sox while he was playing in the NBA.
Really?
Like not after, not while he was playing in the NBA, he went and played for the White Sox.
Jesus.
That's a Hall of Famer who also played baseball.
Do you feel like we all just need a reset to make us realize what's important? Like I hate
Are
to
you
say
an
it.
existential moment, or are we
No,
talking
just-
just sports?
Is Tommy going deep?
No, this is all sports, but just the way that the world is now and the way that athletes aren't old school,
They focus only on their sport,
only on themselves,
And only on
themselves.
their brand, their
It's
brand.
just a different world. I mean,
Is this coming from a certain place? Because did you hear about Norway? The big publicity about
what with the
Norway's youth programs?
no.
They don't keep scores.
In the World Cup, Norway made this great run, not to mention coming off the Winter Olympics, where they led the Winter Olympics in all the medals. So now you've got a great soccer team in Norway with this Erling Haaland. You've got the amazing winter sports record of Norway having the most medals in the history of winter
They
sports.
kicked ass this winter.
Well, here's the interesting
They didn't
thing.
want to turn players off.
Dino's right. In Norway, youth sports do not have a scoreboard until they're 13 years old. You just play until the clock runs out. There's nobody keeping score. You just play. And the idea is to encourage more kids to play longer, to stay in the sport longer, because you get so many late bloomers that would have given up the sport entirely because they got defeatist when they were a runty 11-year-old.
I just hate anything that's rigging the system. I'm against anything that's rigging the system.
And
I
we-
am not for equality of outcome.
It's the beauty of sport is it's a meritocracy.
meritocracy
It's a one.
Correct.
It's a one last meritocracy. That's the beauty of sports.
That's
but
it.
I know where Norway's coming from. They don't want to discourage kids
Yeah.
because kids start. Because you're good at 13 doesn't mean you're going to be good at 18, and vice versa, right? We've seen it many times. So I understand where they're coming from, but also you got to push these kids. They need to push themselves to see how far they can go and how good they can be.
And I'm not saying that not keeping score doesn't mean that the kids aren't being pushed. I just hate people that try to gerrymander and control how a business runs or how, you know what I mean? It's just, I mean,
I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. It's,
you know, it just doesn't work.
then let me give you an empowering story. All right.
Okay.
An inspirational story of sports that any kid should look at and pay closer attention to if they're looking for somebody from a role model perspective. Have you ever heard of Eddie Egan?
See the cricket guy?
No.
No.
Egan the Eagle.
No, not, that was Eddie the Eagle, but I like
Eddie,
Eddie Egan was the United States' representative on the boxing team in 1920. He won the light heavyweight gold medal. He then, 12 years later, after meeting up with an old friend on a skiing trip, saw the bobsled for the first time, and 12 years later, won the bobsled gold medal in the Winter Olympics. He's the only human to win a summer gold medal and a winter gold medal. But that's just the beginning of Eddie Egan. More importantly, he was a World War I and World War II veteran. He fought in World War I and in World War II. And he graduated from Yale undergrad, Harvard Law School, was U.S. Attorney in the city of New York, and the chairman of the New York State Athletic Commission.
Wow.
really?
You want to talk about career,
A goat.
a GOAT of GOATs as a human being,
That's
athlete. Eddie Egan wins 2 gold medals in the summer and the winter, fights in 2 world wars, goes to Yale, Harvard. Oh, and did I mention he was a Rhodes Scholar too? They sent him to Oxford after Harvard.
How did you find that? Wow.
Tough one.
But
That was
it's
a deep,
weird
that was
because
a
I
deep
kind of
dig.
remember, yeah, that was a deep dig, but I remember hearing something about that, about him.
Well, they bring him up once in a while at the Olympics because he's the only one who did the summer and the winter.
Wow.
Pretty impressive.
Pretty impressive. Now you look at
See, I could have done it if they moved wrestling from the summer sport to a winter sport. I could have won a gold in the winter. Anyway.
Could have done the
If they had a
double
JV Olympic team.
2 and 2.
Yeah.
you could have managed either one of those teams to a championship.
Do we have an undergrad JV wrestling team in the Olympics?
There are some other good ones. I mean, we know nobody's brought up Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker, remember he fought MMA a little bit.
A little bit.
He went in the bobsled. He was another one that trained for the 92 games in the bobsled.
Yeah.
And
Obviously, he
Charles
was
Jones boxed professionally for a second.
well, you want to talk boxing for a second. There's a New Zealander who was captain of the All Blacks in rugby, winning every world championship, and was the New Zealand heavyweight champion. That's Sonny Bill Williams. Right? So there's a few that
It's a great name, Sonny Bill.
there's a few that you haven't heard of on these lists for sure. There's a goalie from France who was also a race car driving champion, won the World Cup. And those are kind of the outside of the spectrum ones. But like Dave Winfield, you remember the great New York
Yeah.
Yankee hitter,
Who's also at Minnesota, great football player.
drafted in all 3 sports. Only player drafted in the NBA, Major League Baseball, and NFL football.
That'll never happen again.
Never happened again. So let's move into right now.
But he also had the right size to play all 3 sports.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
It's just tough to find.
Right, because if you're 7'2", you're not going to play baseball, and if you're 5'7", you're not going to play basketball or football.
Probably 6'7", wasn't he?
Yeah, he was the right size. He was a big dude, no doubt. He was the first $1 million baseball player too, if I remember.
I think
correctly.
was Reggie Jackson. It was Winfield or Jackson.
Yeah, one of them.
One of those two were.
And when the strike happened, he said he'd have to figure out a way to make ends meet. Whatever year the strike was, 82 or 83.
Patrick Ewing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we make a lot of money, but we spend a lot of money too, dog. The beauty of this list is that you get these quirky ones that remind you of ones that you totally forgot about. Like I totally forgot before I started researching this. I forgot Charlie Ward. Charlie Ward wins a national championship at Florida State at
And the
quarterback,
Heisman.
and then plays 13 years in the NBA.
Yeah. Won the Heisman.
I know.
I mean, that's a hell of a player.
Yeah.
People forget about him. Yeah, I mean, 13
Remember,
years.
and then he said he was going to play basketball. He didn't even get drafted. I don't think he did.
Yeah, still.
I don't think he got drafted.
Plays. We're going to land this plane. So now we're major sports, impact on the game. I'm going to start, and then I'll open it up for you guys. My first offering is the battle between Babe Ruth, who was a multiple 20-game winning pitcher, the best pitcher in the American League, then gets traded from the Red Sox to the Yankees, becomes the best home run hitter in this, and had a hit for average, and in the beginning, before he put on a little weight, could run the bases, led the league in triples. I mean, Babe Ruth did it all. Pitch, hit. Babe Ruth is and now Shohei Ohtani for the Dodgers is
100
trying to
years
do
later.
something very, very similar.
Yeah.
Right? Except he's actually pitching and hitting at the same time. Ruth pretty much gave up pitching entirely when he moved over to the Yankees, and they started paying him $1 zillion a year to hit home runs at a clip that nobody had ever seen before.
30 grand.
Yeah, whatever.
30 grand.
30 grand meaning 30 million, right? So I'm going to start out with the Shohei Ohtani Babe Ruth offering and kick it to you, Tom Beer.
What are we doing? Like the
We're
top?
running the list down. Now we're bringing it down into the
Okay.
real
Okay.
GOAT of GOATs list. I gave you the baseball debate.
Okay. For me, I mean, Tiger Woods is definitely in my top 5, just because of the timing of my life and when I watched him and how he changed the game. And have you ever seen the specials with Peter Jacobson when they talk about, you should be happy finishing second in a tournament.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know how to finish second. Right. And then when he got out there, they realized how good he was. But he changed the game. He changed the clubs, changed the way you putt. He putted with that blade putter. I mean, for golfers,
It doesn't bother you that Nicholson won more majors. Had more wins.
No,
You'd never put Nicholson ahead of Woods.
Different era.
different era.
No, I get it. I'm just challenging
the field got
the notion.
deeper.
In Tiger's prime, no.
Nobody's beating Tiger
No,
Woods
nobody's beating Tiger in his prime.
in his prime.
Not in his prime. But his prime only lasts, probably lasts
A hell of a run.
6-7 years.
Just so happens that Nicholson had a better one
Yeah,
Just-
he couldn't.
he just
for tournaments.
He just liked women
Yeah.
too much.
We all got our downfalls.
Right?
So Tiger Woods is Tom's offering. Now I'm going to shift it over to the Candyman.
Oh,
Who's your first offering?
The Candyman I was gonna lead with my punchline. That's kind of what I was getting to earlier. I was just gonna, good joke. I'm gonna open with my best joke, but you made me really open my eyes to something, Joe. I just cannot get over the Dave Winfield thing. I think about when I was a kid, when I loved baseball, and that guy could have done anything, and he was the biggest. Now, I wasn't a huge fan of his, but he was the biggest name in baseball when I was in love with baseball. He wasn't my favorite player, but I know he was one of the biggest names. I liked him better than Reggie Jackson. So, and the reason I bring it up is very specifically, there's nothing harder in any sport than to hit a baseball. Hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in any sport. Period.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
That's why my
That's why
lead-
you can be. That's why you can be wrong 70% of the time and be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
now you can be wrong 75% of the time and
Oh
make
yeah,
10 million
it's
a year.
ridiculous now.
Yeah.
We talked about that. You
Look
hit
at this.
280. You hit 280. You're leading the league.
Yep. Absolutely. What would Ty Cobb get paid right now?
Oh, forget about it.
I mean, seriously.
All right, it's back to me. I'm going to give you my next offering, and I'm going to talk football.
Talk
right.
football, baby. My favorite sport.
My favorite player growing up was Joe Montana. He went to Notre Dame. I'm an Irish Catholic kid. Played for San Francisco, the Bill Walsh machine. There was a lot to like, right? But I have allowed myself to accept that Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback who ever played the game. And he's also done it the right way, right? The Patriot way, however you want to talk about. Bill Belichick might have a big asterisk next to his career because he didn't do anything without Tom Brady. And Tom Brady went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and showed that he could do it with anybody, anywhere. Okay. So Brady and TB12, number one above all else. But on the defensive side of the ball, there are game changers on the defensive side of the ball. And I don't think people give enough run to the impact that Lawrence Taylor and Ray Lewis had on the game of football. You and I debated this at length, talking linebackers.
Yeah.
But I think the reason why rush ends and edge players make the crazy money they make today is because of Lawrence Taylor.
Change the game. Yep. And the problem is offenses put butts in seats, defenses win championships. And for the average fan, they don't grasp that. They don't grasp. They all levitate towards these great, the Barry Sanders of the world and stuff.
Look how the game has changed. How often do we even really talk about defense? I mean, we don't as much anymore. It's all about offense and scoring.
It is. And the NFL has changed the game and the rules just so there's more scoring.
Correct.
And they want scoring, and the average fan, all they know is scoring, and they don't understand when they see a great, a defensive play, a great scheme, a great athletic move, they don't recognize it, right?
Exactly.
They don't
just want the catches. They want the touchdowns.
That's right. They don't
want
recognize
the knockdown
the
ball
relentless pursuit of Lawrence Taylor. He was absolutely. If you ever read John Madden's books, and I've read all of them, he's got chapters dedicated to Lawrence Taylor. Just his relentlessness and his love of the game.
That's the word.
Yeah.
When I think Lawrence Taylor, the word that comes to my mind is relentless. And the second word is ferocious.
And my third word is Theismann.
Deal with it. That's true. And I'm sure
ferocious, relentless.
And I'm sure addiction falls into that clause off the field in post career.
They mentioned in Madden's book how practice had ended. One day he was at prepping for a broadcast. He's at a practice, and it's an hour after practice, and Lawrence Taylor's the only guy in the field, kicking footballs around, working on his moves, stretching. He just loved football so much he just wouldn't leave the field. Then he started loving cocaine a little bit more than football.
There
The
are
big 80s. Come on.
the 80s were a special time.
Muhammad Ali's got to be in there just because of just the way that he boxed, the way that he lived his life, all the speeches that he gave, the way that he stood up for himself
And
Yeah.
for
and for
other people who were
African-
disenfranchised.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And just the way that he did it, and he did it for so long, you know.
Nobody Vietnamese never did nothing to me.
Not a thing. Not a thing. He makes a great point. Joe, tell me one great leader that was loved. They hated Jesus, they hated Moses, and they hated Muhammad Ali. All the great leaders were all hated. So
It is one of the precursors to revolutionary leadership. Somebody's going to hate on you.
somebody's
You know you're doing something right if you're a revolutionary and
Moses
somebody's
starts to
hating
see, and there's somebody going, I don't like that guy.
on you. Amen. 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 Dino, do you have another one here in this final round?
Yeah, can I? Because
A
it's your
runner up, not your
okay.
final.
My
The next round that we go around is the final. This
okay,
is your
my
runner-up.
runner-up, my number 2, without a doubt, is Muhammad Ali, the greatest athlete, second greatest athlete of all time. Muhammad Ali did it in a different time, relentless work ethic. I think his quote was, sorry, I won't remember, but he would train for hours because he was so fearful of losing. There's never been a big man with such great hands, great feet, so fast. And he won multiple ways too.
Yes.
I mean, he won multiple ways.
In distant ages, right? From the Cassius Clay when he broke in to the Muhammad Ali end game after post Frazier.
Yep. What a great, and I know, and so wrong when politics get involved because they kind of shut him down during the prime of his career, and he was still the greatest.
2.5 years. Yeah,
In his prime.
I mean, we went past Ted Williams, the splendid splinter, who lost 3.5 years flying World War II fighter jets.
Crazy. So Muhammad Ali is my number 2. Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali. His mama called him Cassius. I'm going to call him Cassius.
Do you have a runner up, or are you going right to your final?
I'm going, my final is, you know who it is. It's Michael Jordan. Just somebody that changed the game.
I still can't convince you that Will Chamberlain was a better NBA player. All right?
No.
Ace, I just don't like Jordan Ace.
I don't like, when I watch his special, I don't like him. Right?
I was just such a Pistons fan. I just couldn't like him.
Yeah.
I know he's awesome.
Yeah.
I know he's the best.
Thank you, Ethan. That was
I know he's the best of all time. I know he's the greatest, but I just can't get over my Piston bias, and that's why I'm so wrong for this show. And you guys should never invite me on because I can't get over my biases, my prejudice.
That's exactly why we should have you on.
We can't get enough Candyman.
Yeah.
My runner up, before I go to my final, my runner up is statistically, and the Al-GOATrithm proves this out.
The Al-GOATrithm
Statistically,
number.
not championships. We talked about Michael Phelps with the gold medals, but statistically, the greatest GOAT of GOATs is Wayne Gretzky, the greatest hockey player of all time. He is so statistically ahead
Of everyone
of
else.
everyone else that could be considered one of the best. I mean, he has more assists than everybody else has points. So it's pretty much crazy
It's
what
insane.
he was able to do. And won all the championships. Talk about change the game. The only reason you have hockey in warm weather states is because Wayne Gretzky went to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
That's right.
Changed the landscape of
Thank
hockey.
you, Janet Jones. Thank you, Janet.
And Janet Jones. Another feather in the Gretzky cap.
Yeah, and his daughter's no slouch either. Yeah,
Right.
so that's a
Who's
great
your-
one.
Now, who's your number one?
You want
Bring it home. GOAT of GOATs.
I spoke about it earlier. There's nothing harder in any sport than hitting a baseball. And my favorite sport, and I feel the most demanding and toughest sport of all sports, is football. So it's Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson.
Bo
He could
Jackson.
hit the baseball.
He could
So you're
smash the
taking
baseball.
statistics out of it and saying, Joe, what you asked me was who's the greatest athlete,
Joe
not
Golf.
who the champion, not the all-encompassing.
You
The
said
greatest athlete.
you
is
text
Bo
me
Jackson.
today on the Joe Golf bat phone. You text me
That's
in
right.
fonts way too big and said, who's the greatest athlete? And I just instantly, athlete? Bo Jackson.
Auburn, the pride of Auburn, Alabama.
Could smash a baseball. Was an unbelievable running back for the Raiders. Had he not gotten hurt, I mean, he
Who knows?
Barry-esque. He was in the same. I would put him in the same class as Barry if he didn't get hurt.
You got to have the stats.
See,
That's the problem.
The championships.
was
the
there
stats.
anybody faster?
No,
He
but
was so
you
fast.
know who I'm going to pick to be the best?
Who's the GOAT?
Is the worst athlete? Tom Brady.
And Tom Beer goes with someone his own namesake. A Tom and a Tom.
Wow.
No wonder.
The complete
The
opposite
only
of Bo
difference-
Jackson.
He ran a
Five.
five. Yeah, they
4'9".
four.
Was it?
I think it was 4'9".
He had the sloppy gray T-shirt on. That was 7.
He don't care.
I know the only
My man can sling it.
he could sling
Accurate.
the rock. What a so I
Just
mean,
goes to show what we talked about when we always
but
say coaches, you don't know who's going to like you and who's not, right?
Yep.
Look, Tom Brady barely started at Michigan.
Yeah, it wasn't a
yep.
decorated career
no.
of Big Ten
And
football.
we're talking about being the best athlete of all time.
He was always in a fight. Drew Henson, Scott Dreisbach, Brian Greasy. Every time he turned around,
Splitting
there was
time
another
with
guy.
Drew Henson was a disaster. I was like, and then he backs up Bledsoe in New England, and at least give
collapsed along on the sideline for Bledsoe is what it took to get him in a game.
yeah, and then. What's the rule in football? Once your injury's over, you don't lose your job because of injury. Well, too bad.
Yeah.
Too bad. So sad, Drew Bledsoe.
And the only, when people tell me, oh, Belichick, and I agree, Belichick's reputation falls way down. After Brady left him, the Patriots were terrible. Brady went on and
Plus
won
the
another Super Bowl.
North Carolina debacle.
Now it's a debacle with the girlfriend in North Carolina. He's completely sullied his reputation. But
He sullied his
the
reputation.
fact that Belichick had the guts to not put Bledsoe back in and stay with Tom Brady, that's a GOAT move.
That ditto goat
I
move.
kind of remember.
Hey, trademark that goat move.
He
That was
kind of didn't have a choice though, because Brady was playing good.
But you go back and look at the statistics.
But Bledsoe was really good.
Bledsoe was actually playing better.
Bledsoe was a huge name coming out of college too. He was a huge.
Yeah.
I mean,
He had already been an All-Pro,
Where'd he go?
Washington
Utah?
State multiple
Washington
times.
State, that's right.
He was another with Ryan Leaf. He was
Yeah.
that
Ryan.
there's
ended
a
up being
goat. Ryan Leaf. There's a goat.
a goat.
Worst draft
Goat's
choice.
ass,
ever.
yeah,
Goat's
goat's
ass.
So I'm gonna give you my number one. We got Tom Brady.
Yep.
We got Bo Jackson, who went
Yep.
went on the pure athlete side.
Pure
We
ass.
talked through all the sports. We talked about Messi. We talked about Babe Ruth.
And you would think
Talked
that
about
me
Michael
and him
Jordan.
would have it flipped. That I would take the athlete and he would take the non-athlete.
He mentioned Joe Montana earlier. Joe Montana was not a great athlete.
didn't go-
I know. He caught me off guard with the
I
Tom
know.
Brady. I didn't expect it.
I know.
But I kind of the Joe Goff, Wayne Gretzky reset is pure
I
magic.
got you.
It's pure magic.
That's my
because
runner-up, though.
That's one of the hardest sports in the world.
All right.
My number one.
you got?
My number one
Oh,
is a
boy.
name that we already said. We mentioned it multiple times in the early moments.
Ooh.
Jim Thorpe. And I want to tell you why. I know it goes way back, but I want to get.
Before we're born.
Not only did he win the pentathlon and the decathlon, which is the athlete of athletes at the Olympics.
Yes,
true.
It's the multi-sport sport, right? He won them both.
When's the
in
last time an
Olympics.
American won?
Right. And not only did he win the two Olympics, most people said he could have gone back the next time, but he went pro.
Yep.
So he couldn't go to the next Olympics, or he would have won it again.
Mm-hmm.
So he could have been a multi-Olympic champion. He goes and he plays baseball, football, and basketball professionally.
Professionally?
At
All
now,
three?
granted, this was so long ago.
That they barely.
Professional, right? Like
Professional football was second to college back then, but still
this is no joke.
barnstorming.
Professional football back then, all the teams were in Ohio.
Shut up.
All the teams were in Ohio in the beginning. It was an Ohio league that was considered the best
I
league.
remember you told me that
It was
before.
considered the best league in the country. So yes,
Hmm.
Jim Thorpe, multi-sport, multi-Olympics, having been a Native American, coming from an Indian school, and doing what he was able to do against the odds. I mean, to me, he's got a town named after him. Jim Thorpe, greatest athlete of all time.
I like it. I like it.
I like the pick too.
I like that pick a lot. I just amazing. Yeah, he's a true American.
And all we can do is thank James Sullivan, for giving us this venue to debate this with you all in. We'll be back at you in August for the college football and pro football previews. We're going to give you a little fantasy action, and then we're going to wrap this thing up. But for tonight, it's Tom Beer, Detroit Lions' last two-way player, the Candyman Dino Candela, the greatest JV wrestler in the history of Northville High School,
Wayne State's last no-way player.
and Joe Willie bringing you and hosting Goat Quest. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, be the GOAT at whatever it is you're doing today.